All right, let's run through another Mtel problem. So this one says the division problem, 2 times all this stuff here, is equivalent to which of the following expressions? So let's just look through each of these answers and see if any of them make sense. So what happened from the original expression to A? I'm seeing that, so we have 2 times 3 to the 6th. Well, you can't divide something that has an exponent on it before you do the exponent. So what they did here is divide this 6 by 2. You can't do that. You can't divide 6 by 2 because it's being raised to the 6th power. You would have to raise it to the 6th power before you divided it. So A is wrong because they're doing incorrect math. In B, it looks like they divided the exponent by 2. So 6 to the 6th became 6 to the 3rd. So that's not right either because division doesn't do anything to exponents. You have to do the exponent first. And if you want to do anything to 6 to the 6th when you're dividing by 2, you have to do 6 to the 6th power first and then divide it by 2. That's PEMDAS. That's order of operations. So you can't just divide the exponent by 2. That's not correct math. In C, this is getting closer. But again, for some reason the exponent gets divided by 2. We can't have 6 to the 6th go to 6 to the 3rd, so that's not correct. So by process of elimination, the answer must be D. Let's take a look at what's happening here. So basically, we've taken each of these terms. There's 3 different terms we can kind of think about being added together if we break it up like this. So 2 is being multiplied by 6 to the 6th, and then that's being added to 10 times 6 to the 4th, and then that's being added to 1/2 times 6 squared. So we can distribute this divided by 2 to each one of these terms. And with division, if 2 things are being multiplied, you only divide one of the numbers by 2. Like if we had 2 times 10 divided by 2, you may have seen something like this before where you would cancel the 2's, but we don't divide the 2 and the 10 by 2. So we only have to divide one of these numbers by 2 to divide kind of the whole thing by 2. So what happens here is that we divide 2 by 2, which gives us 1, and then that's multiplied by 6 to the 6th. And that's going to give us just 6 to the 6th here. And then we divide the 10 by 2, which gives us 5 times 6 to the 4th, which you can see as this term right here. And then we divide 1/2 by 2, which gives us 1/4 times 6 squared. So D looks correct. So that's math that you're allowed to do there. You can divide each of these terms by 2, and you end up with D.